Hello everybody and welcome back to my studio. Today we're going to talk about ACES and how to use it in Davinci Resolve. So what is ACES? Well, ACES is a global standard for exchanging digital image files. It's also a color management workflow, and it's used for creating masters for archiving and delivery. ACES is accessible from many softwares like Davinci Resolve, Baselight, Nuke, etc. The thing to keep in mind with Davinci Resolve's color management is that it's not accessible from other softwares other than Blackmagic's. And that's where ACES come in super handy. So without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so I'm going to show you how you can set up ACES color management in Davinci Resolve. So let's go into our project settings in our color page and go to our color management tab right here. And you see that our color science right now by default is set to Davinci UI RGB. And we want to change that to ACES CCT. And now we have a bunch of options to choose from. First, ACES version, it's set by default to ACES 1.1, and I want to set it to ACES 1.3. And this is because it's going to make sure that we are working with the latest updates when it comes to ACES color management and gamut compression, for example. Apply ACES reference gamut compress. I'm going to leave that on, and this is going to help us, especially for these sort of clips, neon blues, neon greens, reds, to rein them in and prevent them from clipping and artifacting, basically. ACES input transform. I'm going to set it to Sony S-Log3 S-Gamut3 Cine because this is an S-Log3 clip. I'm going to set my ACES output transform to Rec 709, and this is because we're mastering to that standard and my reference monitor is set to Rec 709 primaries. And last but not least, I'm going to select Use Color Space Aware Grading Tools, and this is going to make sure that, for example, when I use my HDR palette, that it's behaving properly, and you have to really tick that checkbox for that to happen. And now I'm going to hit save and look what happens to my image. Boom, there you go. It's properly converted to Rec 709. Now to go back to my previous point about the reference gamut compress, look what happens if I take that off and hit save. Then our blue channel is completely clipped, and this is not something that we want. So I'm going to tick it back again and hit save. And there you go, it looks proper. And now you can basically start grading like you would normally do. So I can, for example, drop my exposure a little bit. So that's before, that's after. And use the other tools like I would normally do when grading. So I'm gonna call our exposure node exposure. And I'm going to create a new serial node and call it white balance. And I'm gonna go into my HDR wheels, and using my global wheel, I'm going to warm up that image slightly so we can have a bit more separation between the foreground and the background. So that's before, that's after. Quite liking that. I'm gonna go to create a new serial node and crank up the contrast just a little bit. That's before and it's after. Quite liking that. And in this one, I'm going to use a little bit of glow. There you go. I'm gonna just crank the shine threshold back a little bit so it's hitting that light source just a hint. Gonna adjust the spread a little bit as well. Yeah, just to give me a little bit of bloom. And perhaps blend it a touch before after. It's subtle, but I like what it's actually giving me. Call this node glow. And that's it. That's a quick look before, after that you can do in ACES. I mean, I'm not doing anything particularly crazy here, just doing some basic things in our ACES color management mode, and this is giving us some cool results for that image. So yeah, before, after. That's it to kind of set you up with grading in ACES color managed. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed watching this episode. Please leave a like, comment down below, and let me know about the future topics you would like me to cover. Subscribe to the channel to not miss them, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.